Hi, I'm Irvin, and this is my story. So growing up, I was the awkward dork in middle school who was made fun of all the time and poked fun at and constantly, and I was very awkward and shy and quiet, and I didn't know how to talk to anyone. I started like crazy whenever I did talk, and no one ever paid attention to me. So I mean, what was the point? Like I was kind of kept to myself most of the time, and like I had no special talents or abilities of any kind. I was okay at school, but I like all these kids could play instruments. I couldn't play an instrument. All these kids were being all athletic and stuff, and I was over here being all awkwardly skinny and tall at the same time. Like I was terrible at everything that I tried. So yeah, all these things like they got me either made fun of all the time or ignored completely. And in my formative teenage years, as you can imagine, that brought in a lot of insecurities in my life. Like I started to doubt my own self-worth, started to question, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why can't I be like these other so much better looking than me guys? Like why, like just why? like, and I just like, I had started to like be thoroughly convinced that I was completely unlovable and I would never have any real friends who would love me and accept me as the way I am. And yeah, so like going into high school, that was my mindset. Uh, at the beginning of high school, I found myself involved in the youth ministry at my church somehow, and I had gone to church my whole life, and my parents are Christian, so that makes me a Christian, right? I knew there was a God out there, and like I knew the Jesus story, like he died on the cross and rose from the dead, no big deal, right? I never really got it, obviously. And as I started going to as I started to go to church more, and I got myself involved in the youth ministry, something weird started to happen. People actually started talking to me. Like they actually like were actually interested in me, and like they welcomed me and embraced me, and like I felt like I was part of a family, and like it was incredible. So I was like, you know what, church is a good place. I should keep going. Like this is awesome. So as I went to church more and I got more involved, I actually started to listen to the messages they were preaching, and I heard this Jesus story in a way I had never heard before, that he was God, and that like he humbled himself to the point that he lived a human life and died the worst death possible, because that's the death I should have died. That's the death that I deserve to die. But out of his love and grace, that he died the death for me, and because of that, I am free from the wrath of God, and I can now have a personal relationship with him. And that just blew my mind. Like, and the fact that like he just loves me and accepts me perfectly as the way I am, like despite my flaws and insecurities and my lack of special anything, like that just sold me. So like I gave my life to Christ in high school, and life hasn't been the same since. I can now live knowing that I am loved and accepted by the Lord of the universe. So like, who cares what other people say about me? So, and that's really all I need. And the fact that He's also blessed me with so many brothers and sisters who love me and accept me as the way I am as well. I mean, that's now He's just spoiling me. So yeah, before I knew Christ, I was very insecure and doubtful about my life. And now that I know Him, I am accepted as His child. Yeah, that's my story.